Hi guys, and welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. This video will be in English. Not all of my videos are in English, most of them are in Dutch or in another language. But since I watch a lot of content about the subject I want to talk about, I wanted to do this video in English. So this is not going to be a very long video since I did not prepare this video. I just wanted to give you guys some motivation or advice for people who are feeling down or people who are feeling lost in their lives. So I want to talk about my story, and I want to talk about if you are feeling really down, or if you feel like you don't have any motivation, if you want to achieve things but you don't know where to start, if you're ambitious but you feel like being lazy, please listen to my story. So about 1.5 years ago, I moved from Belgium to Spain. I had been living my whole life in Belgium with my parents. I like Belgium, but I wanted a change. I wanted to feel independent, and I wanted to go and live my life and live a new experience. So after I graduated from my bachelor's degree, I decided to move to Spain about 1.5 years ago. I was back then 21, I was about 21 or 22. So I decided to move to Spain. And when I first got here, I felt really lost. The first few months, I felt like I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I knew I wanted to or get a job or study something else, like study a master's degree or study something completely new. And so I was indecisive. I didn't know what I wanted or how I was going to do it. So I just lived my life from day to day. I tried to make new friends since I didn't know anyone here. But I felt super low because I felt like I didn't know anyone and I didn't know my place yet in this new world, in this new environment. So what I did, I first started to make friends. I first went to language exchanges, for example, where I made some friends. I first went to gatherings of people who have the same interests, like music. And day by day, I felt like I was making more friends, and I felt like I was being accepted by the new people I met. And I was also kind of finding my people. I found the people I like. I found people who have similar interests, like sports or like music or languages even. What I really liked was that I could slowly develop my Spanish, since in Spain not many people speak English fluently. So I was forced to speak Spanish with a lot of friends, and I'm really glad I was forced, since now I feel like my Spanish is way more fluent than it used to be back then. So that's, I think, the first step. Get out of your house if you feel low, if you don't know what to do, if you feel like you don't know your place, or if you feel lonely, evil, just get out of your house and do something. Try to find people who are similar like you, who have similar interests, or just go to a place where there will be lots of people you don't know. It will be really scary because you don't know anyone, but just go. Because the only thing you can lose is that you go back to where you were, to where you started. And you're already feeling low, so you cannot feel even worse by going to a gathering. And you'll probably meet some people that you think are interesting, and you might even find a new friend or two. And so that's what I did. With that mindset, I tried to live day by day. But after a few months, I still felt like I didn't know my place. I just had a few friends, but that's it. I went to the gym, I played some music, but that's it. And so after a while, I met a new friend who wanted to play music in the streets with me, and I was super happy with that. So we started playing music almost every day together. I think it was about 5 or 6 times a week at a certain point, and we played music in the street. It was a super fun way to meet new people, but also to earn money. And since I was doing it together with someone else, I was really, we really stuck to the routine. So what is also really important is to have a routine. I know it's really hard to create one and to start a new routine, but once you have that new routine, it's so easy to just continue the routine. So I was really happy with my new friend, and we played music so many hours in the streets. But then my friend told me he was gonna go back to his country, so I felt really lost again. But I decided I was going to study a master's degree. I felt really scared at first because I thought I was not going to be able to do that because the master's was completely in Spanish. So I just started to do it. And I felt like I could actually do it. So the first classes were hard because it was like a new language, and I sometimes I understood only like 75% of what was being said in class. But like in 3 days, I have to submit my thesis, and so it means I have already received some grades during the year, and they were good grades. So I feel quite confident that it's gonna go well. I have been working today the whole day on my thesis, and tomorrow I'll work some more. But I'm quite confident that it's gonna go well. And so soon, like in 1 month, I will be graduating, and I'm just super happy that I did it, even though I felt really scared at first. So the lesson I learned is sometimes when you think that something is not gonna work, or when you think you want something but you feel like it's too big for you, it's a goal that's unreachable, or it's just too difficult, just try it. Just start, and day by day you're gonna see that it might be possible. And during my master's degree, I had to do, of course, an internship. And of course, like every student, I was like, okay, let's just do this. Let's just try to get good grades. Let's just do our best. But at the end of my internship, the person who leads the company, he asked me if I wanted a job. And of course I said yes. And now I'm also working as a freelance translator for their company. And what I like is, of course, that I have a job now, because at first I felt lost, and I knew I wanted to get a job, but I didn't really know what kind of job I wanted or where I needed to look. And now, thanks to my internship, I just received the job opportunity and I jumped on it. So in the first place, I'm just super happy with the job. I'm doing my best. I'm also learning a lot since it's my first job. And in the second place, I'm also really happy that it's on a freelance basis. So I can really combine it with my master's degree since it's not a 9-to-5 job. I just kind of can choose the hours I work. Sometimes not, but most of the time I can. And I can also choose when I do the tasks that are being asked from me. Of course, there's a lot of deadlines that I need to reach, but it's doable. If I work hard, it's totally doable. And so yeah, that's where I am right now. I'm almost finishing my master's. After this video, I'm gonna work some more on my thesis, and then I'm gonna go to bed since it's already pretty late. And yeah, this week is gonna be super busy since I also have to submit something for work this Friday, and on Thursday I have to submit my thesis. And on Friday I'm also gonna give language classes. That's also something I did quite without thinking too much. I applied on, I signed up on a platform for teachers who teach language classes. I didn't think a lot about it. I thought it was not gonna work, but I have now 2 recurring students every week, so I give 2 to 3 classes every week, Spanish and Dutch, and I'm loving it. So I'm doing now a master's degree. I have a job, and I also have a side job. And about 1 year, I didn't think this was ever going to be possible because I was feeling pretty low and I didn't know what I wanted in life. And these days I feel so excited because I can just finally compare myself with 1 year ago, and I see such a big difference. So that's my story. Of course, it's not going to end here. I want to continue my story and keep on developing stuff and keep on doing new things. But I'm pretty happy with where I'm right now. So that's my story. And I just wanted to say that if you feel really low, really unmotivated, just start by doing something. Start by doing something you think you might like, and just don't stop doing things. Keep on starting new things, keep on going out of your house, keep on meeting new people, keep on jumping on new opportunities, even though you think it's going to be way too difficult, because you'll get there. It might not be tomorrow, but it might be in a few months or maybe next year. But that's better than never. So I hope you got some motivation by listening to this video, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!